In the early days of his career, David Moray, a young and ambitious doctor, pledged his heart to Mary Douglas, a woman he deeply loved. But as the winds of opportunity blew, David found himself drawn into the world of the rich and powerful, invited to serve as a personal physician to a prominent family on their luxurious ship. In the wake of this enticing offer, he made a choice that would echo through the rest of his life. He turned his back on Mary and his promise to her. Instead, David found himself entangled with Doris, the daughter of the wealthy family he had befriended. Despite her mental instability, David married Doris, only to divorce her later. His life took a turn for the opulent as he climbed the ladder of success, eventually retiring as a wealthy Scottish doctor living in Switzerland. However, the memory of Mary haunted him, an echo from his past, a phantom pain of a promise broken. In a bid to right his wrongs, he returned home, only to discover that Mary had passed away. In her place, he found Kathy, her young and penniless daughter, who devoted herself to mission work. David found himself drawn to Kathy, and their friendship evolved into something more. Yet, his logical mind, filled with doubt, couldn't comprehend a life with her. So, David chose the path of convenience once again, marrying Frida, a countess he did not love. Unbeknownst to him, Kathy had written a letter, believing they were destined to reunite. But David, too wrapped up in his own world, did not open the letter. On the brink of his honeymoon with Frida, David's world came crashing down. A chance overhearing of his butler's conversation with Kathy, who had made a difficult journey to reach him, left him speechless. The realization that he could have had a life with Kathy on his own terms, away from the mission, overwhelmed him. But it was too late. He had already committed to Frida. In a heartbreaking turn of events, Kathy met her untimely end, running into the night after learning of David's marriage. It was David's cynicism, doubt, and lack of courage that ultimately betrayed Kathy, more so than the ambition that had initially caused him to break his promise to her mother, Mary. In the end, David, consumed by guilt and loss, looked out to his garden where a Judas tree stood, a haunting symbol of his failures, not just to his first love, Mary, but also to her daughter, Kathy. The following morning, David was found hanging from the very same tree, the tree of lost souls. David Moray, a man who had everything, yet lost it all due to his lack of morality. Some might argue that he was a moral man suffering from his own conscience, who simply took steps in the wrong direction. But the fact remains, his choices, his actions, led to the misery and downfall of those he held dear. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the consequences of our choices, and the far-reaching impacts they can have on the lives of others.